Hello beautiful and welcome to Sunday Meal Prep with me. Today I'm prepping a breakfast, a snack box, and a lunch, and I'm going to walk you through everything I did, ingredients, protein, tips, and also what I would do differently next time. Check the description to see where you can find full recipes. I'm not sure yet where I want to post them, but let's get into it. First up, we always need to wash our produce. So I do a two-step wash. First, I do a baking soda wash. I put all my produce into a bowl, fill it up with some cold water and baking soda, and I give it a stir. For the more hearty veggies like cucumbers and potatoes, I will actually rub each individual veggie to really get the surface of the veggie clean. So the baking soda wash serves two purposes. One, the baking soda serves as an abrasive to kind of get the dirt off the surface of the veggies, and two, the baking soda is also supposed to neutralize any pesticides that are on the veggies. So that's the first rinse. I drain that, rinse it out again with cold water, and then I fill the bowl back up with cold water and do the second part of the wash, which is the vinegar wash. The vinegar is supposed to kill any bacteria. So with both washes, I let the veggies sit in the mixtures for about 15 minutes before rinsing out. After the second wash, the vinegar wash, I rinse it out again really well with cold water. Then I transfer all of the produce to a clean kitchen towel, or sometimes I'll lay out paper towels, and I will pat them dry as best as I can, and then I let them air dry. We really want to make sure, especially for the fruits and veggies, that we are letting the produce get completely dry to prevent the growth of bacteria later on when it's sitting in the fridge. So during that 30 minutes that the produce was soaking, I started prepping some ingredients. A little bit of mise en place, we want to set ourselves up for efficiency and success during this meal prep. So I chopped up some onions for the egg bites. I also chopped up some beef sticks and babybel cheese for the snack boxes. And I never really know what to do with all this wax. I feel so bad wasting it. So if you know someone who collects these, like that guy on TikTok who makes the babybel wax figurines, let me know because I would love to send them to somebody. Next, I also chopped up some green onions for the hoisin meatballs and some cucumbers for the chili onion crunch salad side dish that I'm going to make later. This was a mix of the baby cucumbers from Costco and some Persian cucumbers. After I've prepped everything, I'm going to go ahead and start putting together my snack box. So the first and really only thing that I need to put together for the snack box is my caprese salad. So I'm using the grape tomatoes from Costco. I think they're grape. They're those little cherub tomatoes, the babybel cheese, and about a quarter cup of pesto. Mix that all together with some balsamic vinegar also, and that's it for the caprese. So I'm going to go ahead and plate up my snack boxes. It's going to be caprese salad. I did some dried mango. This is the just mango from Trader Joe's, no extra sugar, no sulfur. Some fresh blueberries, the meat sticks, and the sunflower butter chocolate cup. This is one of my favorite snack boxes that I think I've ever made. It was just so good, something about it. I think it was the fruit and the chocolate. It just felt so fancy. Total, it was about 15.5 grams of protein per box, and it was delicious. Next, we are going to prep breakfast, and I'm prepping egg bites again. Egg bites are just my favorite go-to breakfast prep because I am not an oatmeal girly. I'm not a sweet breakfast person. I love savory breakfast. So this week we are doing spinach and sun-dried tomato egg bites, which you will see me do all the time. I'm just sauteing up some onion, some sun-dried tomato and spinach, and then while that's going, I blended up some eggs, cottage cheese, and seasonings. After that, I took the blade out of the blender and poured my sun-dried tomato spinach mixture into the blender. And then I took a baking sheet or a baking pan and filled it up with water, maybe just a couple inches. And then I put my silicone mini muffin pan in there and added the egg mixture. What this is going to do is a couple of things. So one, it's creating steam and also creating somewhat of a sous vide effect in the oven. It's kind of cooking the egg from the outside with the hot water, and this is going to ensure that we have moist and fluffy egg bites, no dry ones. You're going to want to store these egg bites in the freezer in a single flat layer. That's a big tip that I have because these egg bites will stick together. Storing them in a flat layer ensures that it'll be easy to break them apart when you're ready to eat. Next up is the chili onion crunch cucumber. So this is just a really simple salad. It was cucumber, chili onion crunch from Trader Joe's, some soy sauce, and lemon juice. Just a quick note / warning here, I did not salt my cucumbers beforehand like you typically would if you were making cucumber kimchi. You know, you would salt the cucumbers, toss them around, let them sit for 15-20 minutes, and then strain the excess water, the excess moisture out. I did not do that. I just really wasn't feeling like waiting another 15-20 minutes. What I did do is the next day, there was a lot of excess water being pulled out of the cucumbers in the individual meal prep containers, so I just poured the water out of those containers. If that grosses you out or you don't want to have to deal with that, I would say definitely salt your cucumbers and, you know, pull the excess moisture out beforehand, before you put all your sauces and seasonings in. But it doesn't really bother me. So anyway, that's what I did with this. A second note here, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys about what I like and what I don't like about my meal preps. I think I used way too much chili onion crunch. I think I used 3 tablespoons, 3 or 4, and that was way too much. It doesn't look like too much right now. This is when it's freshly prepared, but after a couple of days, the water from the cucumbers and the sauce kind of rehydrates the little crispy chili garlic and onion bits, and it's just so much. So I think 2 tablespoons would have been fine for this recipe. But other than that, this was delicious. I did not find that the cucumbers got soggy after a few days. They were still fine and crunchy. So now I'm just plating up my cucumber salad and the kimchi. We want to store all of our cold foods together, keep them separate from the hot. Okay, and next we are going to get into making our Korean braised potatoes. So this was my first time ever making Korean braised potatoes, and I definitely know how I would improve it for next time. Number one, I would use a different type of potato. I would definitely use the Yukon Gold, like pretty much every video that I watched online suggested, but I used these baby potatoes because that's all I had at home. I had a huge bag and I was really trying to use them up. Another thing I would do if I were to use these baby potatoes again, I would poke holes in them to actually help get the sauce inside of the potato, because that's really what makes these Korean potatoes so great, at least at the restaurants that I've had these at before, is the sauce kind of soaks through the whole thing. But anyway, it was not bad and I would definitely try making it again. We are moving on to the hoisin meatballs, the star of the show, my favorite meatballs. I love these more than any other meatball in the world, more than Italian meatballs. Maybe it's just because I'm Asian, I love these flavors, but this recipe, these meatballs, they are my pride and joy. I am so happy with how this recipe turned out. It is just ground turkey, which is crazy because I feel like ground turkey is kind of known for being sort of dry and it can be really bland if not seasoned right. But anyway, 3 pounds of ground turkey, 3 eggs, some hoisin, garlic, ginger, green onion, panko, salt, and pepper, and that's it. We're just gonna mix everything till it's all well combined and then roll our little meatballs up. This recipe yielded me 54 meatballs, which equals about 2 tablespoons of meat mixture per ball. So I went ahead and rolled these up, placed them onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper, and baked them at 375 for 30 minutes. And they turned out so moist and delicious, you guys. I'm repeating myself, but I just love these meatballs so much, and I hope that somebody tries them and tells me that they love them just as much as I do. Also, real quick guys, I just wanted to give a quick warning on the whole timeline of this video. So the order that you're seeing the clips in my video is not necessarily the same order that I cooked everything in real life. So when I'm meal prepping, my focus is on being efficient, right? So when the oven is preheating, I am prepping some vegetables. When something goes into the oven, I'm prepping something else. So a lot of meal prepping is going back and forth between my 4 different meals and side dishes. And I didn't want that to be really confusing and chaotic for the video, but that's kind of how it feels in real life. But it's all well planned out, but it's a lot of jumping and a lot of back and forth. For purposes of clarity, for this video, I just grouped all the clips for each meal or side dish all together. Lastly, we are prepping the veggie, which is green beans. This week I'm using the Trader Joe's garlic shiitake green beans. I went with a pre-made veggie this week to save some time, and my boyfriend and I both prefer my garlic green beans. But anyway, they were still delicious and it did save me some time. So now I am just plating everything up. We got the Korean braised potatoes, the garlic green beans, our hoisin meatballs. So each meatball has 5.2 grams of protein each. This entire serving with 6 meatballs, the potatoes, the green beans, has 36 grams of protein total. There was actually enough meat mixture to do 9 meatballs. So if you wanted more protein, you could definitely increase the meatball serving size. I just didn't really have enough space in some of my containers, so I went with 6, but the option's there for you. This has been one of my favorite preps as far as how much I liked the meal throughout the week. I did not get tired of anything. I've been finding that this meal prep method where I just do one lunch for throughout the week and I do a snack box has really been working for me. Meal prepping has been keeping me disciplined in the gym too, because I'm like, I did not do all this work just to skip the gym. So it's keeping me motivated in that sense also. Saves me so much time and money, and I always say that time is our most valuable resource. So on that note, thank you for spending your precious time with me. I hope this could help you in some way, inspire, motivate you, give you some meal prep ideas. Above all, I just want to encourage you in whatever you're going through or striving to do. I believe in you. I hope you have a great week. I hope you take some baby steps toward your goals and creating your dream life, and I will see you here next week. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate every single one of you so much. Bye!